Hello, dear viewers. Thank you for joining me today. Today I want to read on a bunch of stuff. And so I wanted to look at, Nancy. I wanted to look on Nancy Pelosi. She responded to Trump's stuff from the National Prayer Breakfast and the State of the Union and all of that. Well, I think it was responding to the State of the Union, actually. And she was on fire, and she was not at all halting in her speech. She was very direct, and I thought did a wonderful job of explaining why she ripped that thing up and correcting some of the errors. So I want to see how she's doing, because I really sensed a shift in her. And let's see. So I just want to first check in on her real quick. We have the 8 of Cups. She just, okay. So I almost hear her saying, like, I am going to focus my anger into getting rid of this man. It's like that, getting him out of office. I'm focusing all of it into that. Yep, Trump. Yep. So that's the clarifier. And the Page of Wands, she's got a new idea. She's got a new goal. She's really, and this is what I saw before, she's really getting focused on what do we need to do to take the White House back. And we have the Page of Swords. She's gotten more loose-tongued. She's decided that she is not going to work so hard on decorum. She is. So that continues. So that's very, very interesting. I just wanted to see where she's at. Yeah. Does that continue into the future? Let me do another column real quick. Does that continue for Nancy? 10 of coins. She is a security-loving person. And then we have the 6 of Cups, nostalgia. And we have, oh yeah, it continues. She's going to win. And that usually means a one battle. Now she's looking at battles. So I think this Page of Wands is a battle, a new battle plan. She'll have lots of pages of wands, new plans. She's just more and more focused. And so that does continue. Okay. Well, good enough. All right. So she's doing okay. She has shifted, and she will maintain that shift. And let us see. Oh, speaking of shift. Well, Adam Schiff. I just realized maybe Spirit was giving me a nudge to talk about him. How is he doing after this? He was also attacked, right? Trump, it was at some sort of press conference in the East Room of the White House, and he called Adam Schiff a terrible person. Did he even call him evil, maybe? And then, what's hilarious about this is then on the news coverage, they have a clip of Adam Schiff sounding like he's very calm, very reasonable, actually understating self, yeah, this guy's evil. Yeah. So anyway, so how's Adam Schiff doing? How is he doing today? He's looking at the law. He's taking charge. Wow. He's looking at the law. So that means he is still trying to do whatever he can within the confines of the law. I want to clarify that. What's he up to then? He's looking at subpoenas. Okay, so Hermit. He's not being very public about any of it. He's doing some research. He's talking to attorneys. Okay, maybe about possibility of what else can we do. He hasn't given up on the thought that maybe they do need to get him out before elections. He hasn't given up on that. He hasn't closed the door on drafting more articles of impeachment if necessary. He has not closed the door on seeing some sort of justice. So he's still pursuing, but he's not being very public about that. He doesn't want to tip his hand. So in other words, his reaction to Trump saying these things is just very cerebral, very, what's my plan? What can I do? Determined, dogged, persistent. Wow. So he's a force. Like erosion's a force. And then we have 2 of Swords. Yeah, plan A or plan B. Can we Can we get rid of him beforehand? Can we expose something that will have the Republican senators saying, okay, well, we can't. We got to ask him to resign. We can't not. Or do we have to get him out of office? So it's those two things. Ace of Cups. He knows a lot of dirt we don't know. Cup runneth over. He knows a lot of dirt that we don't know because he's the chair of the Intel Committee. So a lot of his work is consulting right now with attorneys and with CIA, FBI. He is concerned about Bill Barr saying he has to okay any investigation by the FBI into the election, into campaigns or, candidates before it moves forward from now till election day. He is concerned about that because there's a lot of dirt there. Okay, well, let me see future for him. A little bit out in the future. 2 of coins. He keeps his balance. What can he do? And he's got to think about the work he needs to do as senator. We've got the Sun. Some joy. He gets some good news. There's a moment of joy. And dogged, determined, persistent. Yes. The Knight of Coins. This is what he gets. Because that's him. All right. Okay, well, interesting. So he's, I have to say I'm encouraged by these readings today. That is good. Let's see about... I did want to look at that thing with Bill Barr. So what is that about? Him saying there will be no investigation into any presidential candidate or campaign without his written go-ahead until the election. So what's that all about? And, ostensibly, and this is rich, ostensibly, because you know how that stuff came out about Hillary Clinton, right before election, and that probably shouldn't have, and that's rich. Okay. So what's that about, Spirit? We have the Hermit. Whoop. Okay, I'm not liking that. We have the Justice card is the challenge. So he really is, this is quite individual. This is his own idea. This is his. He's cooked this up. And frankly, a lot of people are not knowing why. He hasn't shared that with a lot of people. The challenge is what he can get by with doing legally. He feels like this could be challenged in the courts. Either this decision or what he plans to do under the cover of this decision. He worries it could be challenged in the courts. So he is trying to keep as much secret as possible. Underneath it all, we have the Queen of Coins. So we have that money again. That Queen of Coins person who comes up again and again, somebody who donates, somebody who wants to guide political processes in the Republican Party and manages to, and somebody who conservative, far right, and we're finding out that Bill Barr is quite that, if not a zealot. So above it all, we have the 8 of Swords. Oh, okay. Well, there is something he's going to be confined, though. He's not going to be able to do all that he wants to do. Oh, okay. Well, thank goodness. That's reassuring a little bit, right? Because we're just getting this uneasy sense like, well, why did he do that? What's he planning on doing and preventing it, having it looked into? But he's confined in some way. He's confined. There's only so much he can do under this freedom he's trying to carve out for his candidate to do whatever he wants. Okay, so let's see. I am going to do a little bit into the future. And we've got the 5 of Swords. He just wants the victory. He will, in fact, end an investigation that could have been begun. Okay. And we have the Strength card. Unfortunately, he's just got too much power there. So there will be something he stymies that could have moved forward. And the 2 of Cups. Right, because he's got the backing of the Republican senators who back this president. Okay, but I don't feel like, with that 8 of Swords, I do feel like whatever horrible thing he could do, he's not going to be able to do. But there's something he will stymie. But then he's been stymieing investigations all over the place. So let us see what this 8 of Swords is. Oh, yeah. Well, he's limited by time, too, because we have the Page of Coins. We have an election coming. We have a new possibility here, right, for president. So, you know, he's yeah. And plus, at the election, who knows if that Republican, he needs the support of the Republican Senate, and who knows if he'd have it after the election. So he can't do as much harm as we would worry about him doing. So that's reassuring anyways. Oh, for goodness sakes, this guy. Yeah, he's just trying to stand his ground. He is getting more and more attacked. He's just trying to have his balancing act. Okay, so there's Bill Barr. I just can't even, it's so ridiculous. It's unbelievable, but that he, covers for the president at every turn and allows him to get away with whatever. Wow. Is there anything else we should know about that, Spirit? Is there anything encouraging, Spirit, you could tell us about that other than that he won't be able to get away with as much as he'd like to get away with? Okay. Possibility of a new president. There we go. Yes, so that's what we're getting. And I do feel like the energies are picking up speed since the Democratic caucuses and primaries have begun. So I'm feeling more hopeful about that. So that's good. Even though, what about Trump's approval rating? What's that all about? Although, frankly, at this point, I am wondering if I should believe any polls, because they've gotten so bad. They've gotten so inaccurate. And also, a lot of times, right, they're calling people with landlines, and a lot of people don't have landlines anymore. And with the huge amount of telemarketers and people just simply not answering numbers they don't recognize. I just really do wonder about Trump's approval rating. Where is it really? There's Nancy. The Democrats do have a higher approval rating. Well, and we know that, though. I mean, when they poll like Biden against Trump or Bernie against Trump or any of them against Trump, they're beating Trump. Actually, the Democrats are rising. Okay. And we have the 9 of Wands. We're guarded. We're kind of like afraid to hope because of just everything that's been. Okay. But that doesn't mean that's rational. And then we have victory. Okay. So I don't know. I don't know what that actually means. I'm asking about what his approval ratings really are. He is embattled. Page of Cups. Okay. Well, okay. So in other words, there was some good news about the acquittal. It sounded great. He could brag a lot about it. If there are Republicans out there who are not following the news very closely or really understanding what's going on, they could be like, well, see? Now I don't have to worry about Trump anymore. He's fine, So he got a boost up with that. I don't feel like it's long lasting. All right. Okay, well, I think that's about what I wanted to cover in this particular one. All right. Well, I thank you all so very much. Take care. Keep the faith. Keep voting. Keep writing. And the positive momentum that's coming up in the Democratic Party, we'll keep on celebrating it. Okay. Bye-bye.